Hey, you guys. Excited to do another workout together. Hope that everyone is doing fine or fine enough. And yeah, that some breath and some movement will help to ease any stress or tension that you have at home. And definitely reach out to each other, reach out to your friends, your family. Stay connected. Let's start out on hands and knees. Hands right underneath your shoulders, knees right underneath your hips. And let's just start a little slow. So with a gentle cat and cow, using an inhale to let your belly soften down towards the floor, widening your chest. Looking up as you widen your sit bones, and exhale, rounding, tucking in your chin, drawing your tailbone in, drawing your belly button up, and then inhale, sweeping to open, exhale to round. Take one more full round on your own, smoothing your breath and connecting your movement to your breath. Coming back into a table, and then let's start to take some barrel rolls. So with an inhale, dropping your belly, leaning to one side, and exhale, rolling up and around. Any other movement here that feels good. Maybe you turn your head from one side to the other. Just get heavy in your head, long in the back of your neck. Maybe you start to take a little bit of a gentle rock of your hips here as well. Anything that can kind of get you flowing, get you moving. Let's change direction, softening in with your breath. Maybe you use an exhale as you round up and back, and an inhale as you lower your belly to round forward. Taking one more this direction. And let's walk your knees back about a half a foot. And then start to slide your hips back towards your heels. Exhaling as you do. And then with an inhale, let's wave forward, getting heavy in your hips, opening your chest forward. And then lowering your hips as much as is comfortable right now in this pose. Exhaling back. And inhale, rocking forward. So maybe it feels good for you to get loose and soft in your hips. If that feels like your back isn't ready for that yet, then definitely not pressing it. Inhale, sinking. Exhale, sinking back. Last time, inhale, drawing forward. Let's keep your left knee where it is, and let's step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. From here, let's peel your right arm up and overhead, getting heavy in your hips. Let's take a little breath. So inhaling to sweep your arm up, and then with an exhale, let's sweep your hand back and down, sweeping it around your foot, and then all the way up. One more like that. Exhale, leaning in as you sweep down, and inhale, sweeping up. And then let's exhale to plant your right hand back down, sweeping your right knee back where it was, stepping your left knee out to the left, peeling your left arm up and overhead. I'm going to spin around so I don't have my back to you. And let's take a flow with your breath. Exhale, sweeping your hand down. Inhale, sweeping up. One more, exhaling down. Taking a complete long, slow inhale to sweep your arm up. And then let's exhale, planting your hand, sweeping your left leg all the way back, taking your knees hip width apart, spreading your fingers wide, rooting into your hands, lengthening your arms, and peeling your knees off of the mat, lifting up into a downward dog. Heavy in your head, long in your neck, long in your spine. Bending one knee and then the other. And we'll walk feet forward to the hands at the front of the mat. Rooting into your heels, starting to very, very slowly roll all the way up to stand. Let's just reach the arms up and overhead at the top of your inhale. Exhale, sweep the hands down. And inhale, sweeping all the way back up. With an exhale, let's sink into a chair pose. Taking hands together at the heart, drawing an inhale in. Exhale through your mouth. We'll start Kapalabhati breathing, breath of fire. So inhaling a half full breath, and then short, sharp exhales to pump your belly back. Inhale is passive. So let's start over. Halfway breath. And inhale all the way up. Exhale fully. Sweeping the arms up and overhead. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lift halfway up, finding a flat back. And then again, exhale, folding completely. Grounding into your heels, heavy in your head, long in your neck. Let's plant the hands and step the right leg back. Right heel stays lifted, reaching your heel back. Grounding into the center of your left heel, setting up a strong foundation. And then we'll sweep the arms up, coming into a lunge. From your lunge, face you while we lunge. Let's cactus the arms, and then let's bend the back knee a lot. From here, we'll take little pulses. So pulsing up and down as you lunge. See that your hips are right underneath your shoulders and that you're lengthening in your spine. Grounding a lot into the parts of your feet that are touching the floor. And then activating the back of your legs as well as the front of your legs. And then let's inhale, sweeping your back heel back, lifting your heart. Fingertips reach for the sky. Exhale, we'll spin the back heel down and open into a warrior two. Taking a moment, finding your grounding into the floor. Energy drawing up your legs, inner thighs are drawing in towards each other. Let's flip your palms, and with an inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, press down. Inhale, drawing up. And exhale, press down. Two more. Landing in your warrior two. Let's let your right hand float down, flipping your left hand, reversing your warrior, peaceful warrior. Inhale all the way back up to center. Straightening your front leg, reaching forward, and then finding that tip that brings you into a triangle pose. You want to try and be long on both sides of your waist. Try not to collapse too much into it, rooting into your feet, and then engaging a lot in your obliques, those muscles along the sides of your waist. Let's reach your left fingertips straight out from your shoulder, maybe. 2 breaths here. Releasing your left hand down, inhaling all the way up. Cartwheeling hands to frame your foot. Stepping back into a plank. From a plank pose, let's take your knees down, folding your elbows back, lowering all the way to the floor. Pressing into your palms, rolling your shoulders open, lifting your heart, cobra pose. Exhale, third eye to the mat. Inhale, hips up, tucking the toes. Exhale, downward dog. Bending the knees and waving forward into a plank. And then from your plank, we're going to take the knees straight down so that you're in a modified plank. Knees, hips, and shoulders are in one line. Inhaling here, with an exhale, your right elbow comes up to, your right knee comes up towards your right elbow. Touching all the way back, and then other side. So feeling in those same muscles the obliques along the sides of your waist. One more each side. And then releasing the hips all the way back, landing in a child's pose. Head heavy, heart heavy, shoulders heavy. Walking hands back, drawing yourself up to a seat. Let's tip over to one side and send the legs long. Catching the back of your knees and leaning back into a Navasana. Option here is always to just keep your heels down. What you want to do either way is root into your sit bones and take the curve out of your back by lifting your chest a little bit and rooting into your sit bones more. Feeling for that long spine. Let's take your hands lightly to the back of your head. Inhaling here. Exhale, crossing your right knee to your left elbow, straightening your right leg. Inhale through center. Exhale, other side. Feeling for keeping your chest lifted as much as you can. One more each side. And let's cross the legs, maybe planting your hands, stepping back into a downward dog. Taking a couple of breaths here, finding a lot of traction and release in your spine. Feet walk forward to the hands, forward fold at the front of the mat, grounding into your heels, sweeping arms out wide. Inhale, drawing all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale to fold. Planting hands, left foot steps back behind you. Spinning your left heel down, bending a lot into your right knee. Cartwheeling the hands up, landing in a warrior two. Taking a moment to settle into your warrior. Maybe you even lift your toes and feel into the triangle of your foot that is still grounded down to the floor. We'll soften the toes down, flipping the palms, and inhale, straightening your leg as you draw arms overhead. Exhale, pressing down, coming back in. Flowing with your breath. Maybe as you inhale up, you bring in something you want more abundance of. And as you press your hands down, press away something you'd like to release. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, pressing in. Last time. Left hand floats down, flipping your right palm. Big arch up and overhead. Lengthening your fingertips up past your ear, making a lot of space on your whole right side. We'll inhale to draw back into your warrior. Straightening your front leg, reaching your fingertips forward and tipping into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Again here, rooting into your feet to activate up your legs, to activate in the sides of your waist. Right hand reaches forward. 3 breaths. And releasing your right hand down, bending into your front knee. Inhaling back into your warrior. Cartwheeling hands to frame the foot. Stepping back into a plank pose. This plank will keep the knees lifted. Inhaling here, organizing. Exhale, drawing one knee in and stepping back, other side. You can always take your knees back down here. You can also just move slowly and mindfully, stepping toes up, stepping back, stepping toes up, stepping back. Or you can stay with the classic old mountain climbers. Wherever you are, breathing, finding gratitude for this healthy body that you are in at this moment. And lifting hips up and away, downward dog. Bend the knees to wave forward into a plank. Taking the knees down and slowly lowering all the way to the floor. Grounding into your pubic bone and sweeping your fingers forward. Let's press a lot into the mat to lift your feet, lift your hands, lift your shoulders. With your next breath in, maybe you can lift a little bit more. And let's try touching your right foot down, left hand. Lifting both and the opposite. Left hand, right foot, and lifting. And again, left and right and left. And let's lower all the way down. Turning your face to one side and relaxing for a moment into the mat. And slide hands underneath your shoulders, pressing yourself up through hands and knees, tucking toes and pressing back into a downward dog. We'll walk feet forward to the hands and take a forward fold at the front of the mat. Rooting into your heels, sweeping arms out wide, inhaling all the way up. And exhaling, hands to the heart. Let's inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale to sink into a chair. Inhaling here. Exhale, right knee draws into your chest. And planting down with an inhale, other side. So moving at your own pace. Feeling for keeping your knees bent a lot. Keeping your seat way back behind you. Two more. Right knee draws into your chest, keeping it here, drawing your chest up in line with your shoulders, arms reaching overhead. Let's take the hands together. Sorry that the camera can't get my hands way up here. Technical problems. We'll bend the elbows. Maybe I'll turn around so you can see what's going on. Knees up, elbows bent. Palms are pressing together really strongly. Your arm is fully engaged. With an inhale, straightening your fingertips to the ceiling, straightening your leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale to lift. Exhale to really slowly and control come back down. Inhale. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lift. And exhale, bend. Releasing hands down alongside your body, giving a little shake out. Maybe a little rub on your shoulders. We'll do the other side. Inhaling, arms up and overhead. Exhale, sinking into your chair. Left knee draws into your chest, finding your concentration, finding your balance, finding some humor. Let's draw the chest back, lifting yourself all the way up, hands together overhead, and then bending the elbows, finding that strength in your palms to engage in the whole of your arm, especially in your triceps. With an inhale, straightening. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. And last one. Releasing the arms down, releasing your legs down, giving yourself a little shake out. Let's actually give ourselves a good big shake out. So rooting into your heels, starting from the soles of your feet, start to shake your legs, getting really jiggly. Shake your arms, maybe you can shake your head a little bit, getting super loose. Maybe we even blubber our breath. And slowing down. Let's step the feet out so that they're fairly wide, so that when you turn your toes out and bend your knees are right over your heels. Sweeping the arms up and overhead, sinking in a little bit deeper. And then let's cactus the arms. We'll do a little, this is our last little cardio thing before we start to relax. Stretch it out a little bit. Inhale here. Exhale, jumping into a chair. Inhale, open, and exhale. Make sure you're landing softly, toe to heel. Sinking deeply into your chair and into your squat. And last one, landing in a chair, palms together. Breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Let's sweep arms up and overhead. And fold. Just plant your hands and then open up your legs nice and wide. Taking a moment here to just slow down your breath. I need to slow down my breath so I can talk to you. Big inhale in. We'll use an exhale to bend your right knee. Grounding into the floor. Inhale to draw arms up and overhead. Exhale to tip over towards the left, rooting into your right sit bone. Maybe you draw your left shoulder underneath you a little bit more to open your right shoulder a little bit more. And take an inhale to draw all the way up. Both arms up and overhead. Exhale, right hand plants right behind your right hip, rooting in to lift your hips, lengthening, maybe pointing your toes, reaching your fingertips long. Bending to sink all the way back down. And let's bend your left knee and then take hands to frame your right knee. Taking a little flow with your breath. We'll use an inhale to draw your chest through your shoulders, pigeoning your chest, and then leading with the front of your heart, melting forward. Let's lead with the back of your heart to lift up. One more like that, leading with your heart, melting forward. Exhale, lifting up and back. And then walking hands out. Melting totally your torso right over your leg. Maybe your forehead finds the floor. If it doesn't, maybe you stack one fist or two fists. Finding a way to connect your third eye to something. And softening there. Letting softness melt from your third eye down across your face, into your jaw, into your gums and your teeth. And into your neck and your shoulders. Slowly walking your hands back, drawing yourself back up, straightening both legs long. Let's draw your left knee in, and let's inhale your arms up and overhead. With an exhale, tipping to the right, grounding into your left sit bone, reaching your arm up and away from there first, And then tipping more to the right. Seeing if you can use your breath to make a little bit more space in your torso. Find a little bit more breath in your breath. With an inhale, drawing all the way up, both arms up and overhead. Exhale, left hand plants, lifting your hips and lengthening back. Here again, getting expanse across your chest, your torso, your lungs. And softening all the way down. Right knee bends, hands framing your left foot, pigeoning your chest forward, widening your heart. Exhale, folding. Inhale, leading with the back of your heart, lifting up. Exhale, melting forward. Inhale, drawing up. And exhale, walking hands out. Finding variation of this where you feel like you can melt your torso down. Maybe you find one fist or two, or a block or a pile of books. Watching your breath as it fills up your back body, area around your sacrum, your low back ribs, upper back ribs, space behind your heart. Walking yourself back up to sit. I will leave you here. So maybe you want to pause to take your Shavasana. Do any other stretching. You can go back to the beginning and start the whole thing over again. Meet me here again. Let's take hands together at the heart. Bowing third eye to your fingertips.